Um, what was it like playing at Madison Square Garden, playing at the Garden on a championship team? What was it like being on the Knicks winning? Because we were just saying
Well,
before, it's been a while.
yeah. Well, it was a unique experience, when you win a championship, your fists raised in the air, chills going up and down your spine, realizing you're the best in the world, right? And it only lasts about 48 hours, but it's a hell of a 48 hours. And the Garden crowd played a big role in that. They were knowledgeable. They knew the pass that led to the pass that led to the basket. They understood the game, and it was a tremendous advantage for us being in the Garden. It was an exciting time. And every time we went on the floor, we thought we'd win, and everybody in the Garden thought we'd win.
That's awesome. What were those 48 hours like afterwards? What do you remember from that?
Well, you just kind of have a smile frozen on your face, kind of walking around saying, "Oh, world champion, world champion." And afterwards, of course, you go out and have a meal that lasts for 3 or 4 hours, but then you wake up the next day and you realize you're world champion. And then by the third day, you realize if you're going to stay world champion, you got to go out and practice and start doing it again for the following year.
Sure, that makes sense. How do you feel about today's NBA and today's Knicks? And what do you think about the game these days?
Well, I like the Knicks. Once a Knick, always a Knick. I love their January, 13 or 14 and 2. I hope February and March are as good. I hope they do well in the playoffs. And, I'm pulling for them. I think their team is coming together. I think Brunson's learning to be a good point guard, how to move the ball to the right person at the right time. And the other, DiVincenzo, seems to have raised his game. I like that. I like his play. Randall is, of course, good, but the injuries get to you. But I'm very positive about it. I think Thibodeau does a good job of coaching. And so I have high hopes. I'm going to the game on Saturday, and they play the Nets, and we'll see.
Love it. In terms of the 1970s NBA, who do you think is the most underrated player from that time period? Because people, love to talk about the, 90s and the greatest players from that period. But I think oftentimes some great players from that period are so underrated. Who comes to your mind?
Well, I think that Lenny Wilkins comes to my mind. Paul Silas comes to my mind. Players who played integral roles in their teams, but were not stars in the sense of recognized by the public. So they'd be two on my underrated team.
Gotcha.